Dearest love. The children were lined up in front of the congregation, all poised, ready to recite the quotations they had learnt to the admiration of their parents and loved ones. The lines were true. The second was on a step, and those below started out, and they recited from Matthew chapter 5. The first started, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 5, verse 3. The second continued, and the third boy was to have his go, and he hesitated a bit. It seemed he had missed his quote, and he recovered quite well and said what he had. Immediately, one boy standing directly behind him shouted, "Ah!" It was obvious that the guy had said his quotation, and the next thing we knew, he had shoved the guy who had just said his quotation, and the boy also turned around and shoved him back while others were continuing with their quotes. The one on the stairs fell, got up and attacked the other right in front of the congregation as their teachers rushed to take them away. Some were laughing their heads off watching what had ensued, but for some, it brought to the fore the sad state in which we are. Imagine that the quotation that these boys fought on was no other than, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God." Matthew 5, verse 9. The world today is filled with scripture tutors, sermon preachers, anointed preachers, and miracle workers, and yet few Christians, if the term Christian means to be Christ-like. For let even those who preach the most beautiful sermons get down from the pulpit, and even in the pulpit, they would be fighting those they mince no words in calling enemies. Christ was bold to say, "If you have seen me, you have seen the Father." Today, let one lying, cheating, greedy, angry, vengeful, arrogant, disobedient, gossiping, slandering, adulterer stand and say they are Christian, and it becomes an insult, for this cannot be the God we serve. The scripture was not meant for us to quote and brandish around, but was meant for one thing only, as Jesus the Christ stated. "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and perform many miracles?' Then I will tell them plainly, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness.'" Matthew 7, 21 to 23. Your works may be great in the sight of men, but your heart and acts of obedience will be what the Lord will use in the time of judgment. This is what the Lord of the heavenly armies, the God of Israel, says: "Add your burnt offerings to your sacrifices and eat the meat. Indeed, when I brought your ancestors out of the land of Egypt, I didn't speak or command them about burnt offerings and sacrifice, but I did give them this command: Obey me, and I will be your God, and you will be my people. Walk in all the ways that I command you, so it will go well for you. Jeremiah 7:21-23. Stay blessed, trust and obey, for there is no other way. K.